All right, today we're going to dive into a really powerful piece of writing from back in 2005. It's a poem by David E.S.K. Gbongbor, and what it does is pretty amazing. It personifies the entire continent of Africa. It treats Africa like a single, complex character to send this message of challenge, hope, and honestly incredible ambition. So let's get into it.
So the poem kicks off right here, with this declaration. And notice it's not a question, it's a statement of fact. This right away sets the whole tone. It establishes Africa's immense natural wealth as the absolute foundation for the story we're about to hear. But, as you're about to see, this richness comes with a huge, huge contradiction.
And this just lays out the core paradox perfectly. On one hand, you've got this land of unbelievable abundance, very rich soil and all sorts of vegetation. But on the other hand, you have this stark reality, yet your children are always hungry. It just makes you wonder, how can both of these things possibly be true at the exact same time?
To really explore this paradox, the poem uses a powerful metaphor. It frames the entire continent as a mother, and we're about to see how she's painted as this loving matriarch who's caught in a really impossible struggle.
So get this. The poem imagines Africa as a single mother to 54 children, one for each nation on the continent. I mean, that immediately gives you this picture of a massive, super diverse family, and it really shines a light on the huge challenge of trying to care for so many, all on her own.
And here it is. This is the heart of her struggle. Even with all these natural resources, the poem says she's just stuck. It uses this really simple but powerful metaphor, this idea of being unable to cross a poverty square. It's like she's in a trap that she just can't seem to break out of, no matter what advantages she has.
Okay, so how does the poem explain this whole situation? Well, it starts to look outward. It examines Africa's relationships with her brothers, which are, of course, the other continents.
The poem just lays this question right out there. It takes this idea of a big, global family of continents, but then it immediately makes you question if that family relationship is healthy at all. By asking, did you respect each other's values? It's hinting at a long history of inequality, of disrespect, definitely not a partnership of equals.
And this is where the poem gets really specific with its complaints. And man, it is a powerful list. I mean, think about it. It starts with the whole condescending idea of being discovered when you were already there. Then it accuses these brothers of actually profiting from and even arming conflicts between her own children. And it all wraps up with this glaring hypocrisy. Our doors are wide open to you, but your doors are closed to us.
Wow, this line has to be one of the most damning in the entire poem. It draws a direct line from internal conflict to external exploitation. That image of others partying in her natural resources while her own family is fighting, I mean, it just paints this devastating picture of greed and opportunism.
But here's the thing. The poem doesn't just end there in despair. After laying out this really complicated problem, it makes a dramatic pivot. This next part isn't just about what's wrong, it's about the prescription for a cure. It's a call for a totally different future.
And this question right here, this is the turning point. The focus shifts away from blaming others and moves toward empowerment. It's a direct challenge to Africa herself, asking, hey, when are you finally going to be the one who benefits from your own incredible wealth and all your hard work?
And check out the solution it offers. It's not about getting more resources or asking for outside help. Nope, it's entirely internal. The recipe for greatness, according to this poem, is for her own children to build trust, to develop patriotism, and, maybe most important of all, to have a positive mental attitude towards each other. The whole focus is on healing the family from the inside out.
You know, the poem is also super specific about the kind of unity it's calling for. It makes a really clear distinction. It's not talking about some shallow unity that comes from shared suffering or frustration. It's talking about a deep, real bond, the one that lasts forever, built on that trust and confidence we were just talking about.
So all of this internal transformation, this call for a real lasting unity, it's all building toward a final and honestly a breathtakingly ambitious vision for what the continent could and maybe should become.
And you can just feel the optimism building here, can't you? This hopeful repetition, one day, one day. It's promising a future where Africa's potential is finally a reality. A day when her stars shine so bright the whole world can't help but see it.
Okay, so when you first read that, your mind probably jumps to one place, right? But the poem is clever. It just lets that abbreviation hang in the air for a second, creating this really cool moment of suspense before the final, powerful reveal.
And then, bam, there it is, the United States of Africa. This is the powerful final reveal.
The ultimate goal isn't to copy some other nation, but to create a brand new, unified continental powerhouse. This is the ultimate expression of all that unity and patriotism the poem was calling for.
And that's the vision the poem leaves us with. It was written nearly 2 decades ago, but its message about this paradox of wealth and suffering and its vision of potential, it still feels so relevant. So it leaves us with a pretty big question. What would it actually take to make a vision like this happen today? Are we any closer, or has that poverty square just gotten harder to cross?